What's up everyone, it's a failed one. Today we're gonna start a brand new series actually. It's called The Sound of Drop. I actually know nothing about this, but this picture looks really nice. Let's start. Oh. Before she realized it, the girl was standing before an imposing door. The girl occasionally came to Mountain Aquarium alone. She watched the manta rays, she watched the jellyfish, and finally she decided it was time to go home. Where is this? She had her doubts, but there should be nothing else there except for the aquarium. She assured herself that she had probably wandered off onto a side path. You would think that, after going to the aquarium so many times, you would actually know the whole place. The door before her had a large padlock hanging from it. Just as she had heard, it was unlocked and nearly dangling. The girl drew in a breath. Being locked would usually mean that it was a place she shouldn't enter. Being open just meant that a staff member had forgotten to lock it, so going in was out of the question. Her curiosity piqued. She was past the point of persuasion. Her imagination ran wild, and her mind raced at the prospect of what might lie beyond the door. Just for a little bit. She's a bad girl. I mean, normally nothing ever happens in these places. She opened the door and saw lots of glass tanks. Several types of fish hailing from the deep seas, from football fish and oarfish to pelican eels and barrel eyes were swimming about. My knowledge of fish is practically zero. I don't even know if these fish actually exist, because they kind of sound like half made up. But yeah, I have no idea what these fish look like. Why isn't this an exhibit? Well, honestly, in my opinion, I would think that they're just there for quarantine for the moment and will soon be part of the exhibit, but okay. She thought it over, wondering why this would be in a closed-off area. Behind her, the door shut on its own. Oh no. This is the start of a horror movie. The girl spaced out, staring at the deep-sea fish swimming about. They would leap from the tank or swim in mid-air. What kind of fish are these? The entirety of the room was the fish and their ocean. Though it was an unnatural occurrence, the girl treated it as quite normal. Wasn't there originally a deep-sea fish booth that was shut down? Then maybe this is it. Well, she's pretty chill about the whole situation, actually. She suddenly remembered. At that moment, her surroundings were dyed in deep red. Yeah, definitely a horror movie or some kind of shit. The water in the tanks, the fluorescent lights, all of it was red. The girl's vision also became red. So she's being dyed in red. When she opened her eyes, the girl was back in her own room. It was well into the night. She couldn't remember how she had gotten home after all that. Couldn't it have just been a dream? That's my logic, where I'm just like, well, I must have been sleeping. What the hell happened here? But more importantly, she had a bad feeling about something else. It isn't red here. She became aware of how hard it suddenly was to breathe. No matter how hard she gasped, she was unable to get oxygen into her body. She suddenly turned into a fish. Like the fish who couldn't breathe anywhere but in the water, she couldn't breathe unless she was inside that red color. That's pretty weird. She was convinced. On impulse, she threw open the window, leaned down, and thrust a hand outside. She couldn't inhale the wind flooding in her room. She could only smell its milky, unpleasant scent. At that moment, the girl's body was tossed into the air. For just a second, her body seemed to float like a fish in the sea. Her room was on the top floor of her apartment building. And someone from the outside would think she's trying to commit suicide. In her fading consciousness, the girl watched her blood flow endlessly from her body. It's red. Only then could she breathe. Now everything would be fine. So wait, did she turn into a vampire? Like she has to breathe in like red, like blood or something? The girl smiled. The full moon in the night sky smiled too. Yeah, maybe she turned into some like weird vampire fish thingy. Oh. The sound of drop! Drip, drip. The sound of falling drops. The moon was concealed behind the clouds, and all of the lights in the town were covered in water. What? The sound of it, the only thing left to resonate. She couldn't tell whether it was hot or cold, merely that the humid air was encircling her. Drip, drip. Wherever they were falling to, wherever they were coming from, the drops just continued to trickle out. That single drop that stopped in midair. It stopped with both hands. Well, what? Oh, I stopped it with both hands. Oh? And now it's red. The sound of that solitary red drop. So am I playing some vampire? I'm like convinced here that this is some vampire thing. And now we're at school. With some groovy music. Or at least there's an urban legend that goes like that. Talking about Mountain Aquarium again? That's your new thing, isn't it? Well, there we go. This is all a legend. There probably is some vampire fish thingy in there. While stuffing her lunch into her mouth, Tamagawa Himeno spoke, her eyes sparkling. I had no idea which point in the story got her so excited. That's right, isn't this the scariest part? That the girl jumped her death smiling after coming back from Mountain Aquarium? It's pretty bad. Yet you don't seem the least bit scared, Himeno. That's not true! I got chills running down my spine. Someone who's got chills running down her spine wouldn't be eating a pastry so cheerfully. Someone who's... oh. And hey, that's my meatball! Haha. During a break in the conversation, Himeno stole a side dish from my boxed lunch. Also, where her? This minced meat from growing calves and little piglets. It's the best. She really puts it out there, huh? Just doesn't go for meat, it goes for growing calves and little piglets. I think she's a horror maniac. Why do you have to put it like that? Jeez, why'd you have to make me lose my appetite? I'll give you the rest of it. Alright, I'll take it. And she knows how to get her stuff. Himeno takes the rest of the meatballs from my lunch with amazing rhythm. The reason that I, Nakanobe Mayumi, lost my appetite wasn't because Himeno's story scared me. Mountain Aquarium and I are connected in a way that I'd rather not think about. Of course, Himeno has no idea about the connection. If she knew, she'd never mention Mountain Aquarium around me again. At the same time, I've been afraid that this thing might cause Himeno to stop talking to me. Himeno is pretty much my only friend. Aw, she's a loner. Of course, all these stories are always about ostracized, special people. It isn't that I haven't talked to anyone since entering junior high, just that the only person I can actually call a friend is Himeno. Seriously, I think this whole Mountain Aquarium rumor obsession is getting to be a bit much. Maybe. There's so many rumors though, like that there's a man's ghost in the tanks, and that the deep sea fish booth is only open on a full moon, that the water changes into blood, or that you can hear crying from behind the tanks. That earlier one goes with this one. Also, no, that's fine. You don't need to say it anymore. I say firmly, causing Himeno to make a sour face. Soon after, Himeno changes the subject, first to a TV drama that aired the night before, then to some cute fake nails with cats on them she found in a magazine. That sounds really cute. She then talks about a classmate who was dating a boy from a nearby private school, alighting on one subject before quickly changing to the next. Normally, the subject of Mountain Aquarium shouldn't have popped up again. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about earlier. Huh? What exactly are we getting back to? Mountain Aquarium! Look into this! And this Sunday will be a full moon. That was all I could say. The rest of my words unable to come out. So we should go and see if the rumors are true or not. But... I know you are interested in stuff like urban legends, Mayu, but next week we'll start preparing for the end of the semester, and I won't be able to hang out with you. Lately, we haven't gone anywhere together, have we? Aw, she just wants to spend some time with her bestie. If the full moon was next Sunday, I'm sure Himeno wouldn't have said anything, but I suspect because it happens to be the Sunday, and next week happens to be our exam, she's chosen Mountain Aquarium. I know I'm not hiding my confusion or my hesitation very well. Even so, Himeno turns her carefree grin my way. Since it's an aquarium, even if the rumors aren't true, we can still have fun, right? Well, that's true. Usually anywhere I go with Himeno, I have fun. Whether or not we'd have fun was not what I was worried about. By the way, Mayu, in the east building of Mountain Aquarium, they have a Häagen-Dazs. A Häagen-Dazs. Or is it really Häagen-Dazs? As in the Eat-In restaurant? They had closed up at one point, but it looks like they're reopening for a limited time. Limited time editions? We better go! Really? Really? They have the cookies and cream flavor you like too, Mayu? Of course I hesitate, but in the end, that settles it. Then, we'll go. As long as we definitely get some cookies and cream. Saying you have no money because you did too much shopping is out of the question. I know. After all, I'm something of a glutton myself. Fine. In the end, we settle on Mountain Aquarium and ice cream for Sunday. Since I have already received my reward money for moving on to the next grade, I don't need to worry about my allowance. Oh damn, she gets award money! Reward money? I wish I got reward money. Just to be like, good job. You actually passed your grade. Here's some money. Still, it's been 5 years. Did you say something, Mayu? Nope, nothing. I bite my tongue, covering the words that had carelessly spilled out. I'm looking forward to the aquarium. It's probably been about 10 years. I'm looking forward to the cookies and cream. It's probably been about 10 years. That's not true. It's the truth. That's the only thing I'll eat there. Himeno goes, "You little," as she playfully stretches my cheek. The end of lunch chimes sound, and Himeno goes back to her own seat. If it's with Himeno, I'll be fine. That's what I told myself at the time. And she rhymes it. Sunday is 3 days after that. The day I promised to go with Himeno to Mountain Aquarium has arrived. We are to meet at noon at the Mantemcho station. As is customary for me, I arrive 30 minutes early. So she's one of those early people. Not like me, who keeps becoming late. I used to be early back in the day. Leaning against a pillar, I do nothing but space out. Ah, she's so cute. Tons of people pass before me. Montana is really crowded on days off. Even so, there aren't really that many families or groups of students. Everyone around me is appearing to be adults. Because of that, I quickly begin to feel uneasy. Within this crowd, I am alone. Inexplicably, my head begins to hurt. I wonder if Himeno will be here soon. I mutter to myself, then look at my shoes. Deep blue sandal boots that were this year's newest product. When Mom and I had stopped off at a department store on Saturday, she bought them for me after some coaxing on my part. Those are nice. Not my style though. I don't like that kind of style of shoes. They were far from what you'd call high quality, but they were still a bit pricey on a junior high schooler's allowance. I'm not usually the type to beg, but I couldn't take my eyes off of these boots. My mom bought them with almost no resistance, saying, "You're going out of town, so you need to look your best." I like both their form and their color and found them a better fit for the summer season than anything else. I take my cell phone out and check the time. There are still 15 minutes to go until we're to meet. Since Himeno is always 3 minutes later than the time we established, I've got another 20 minutes. I finish reading my paperback on the train, so I have nothing to kill time with. Shouldn't read so fast. There's nothing I can do about it, so I decide to keep myself from boredom by watching the people passing by. If I don't keep myself distracted, horrible thoughts will revive in my mind. That's not fun, when you're supposed to go out somewhere and have fun, and then you're like, my trauma from back then, whatever it was. I'm always worrying about what will happen if I'm late, though. It had actually been about a month and a half since Himeno and I had gone out. We always talked at school, but rarely spent time together afterwards. Anyone who saw us probably thought we were opposites. They do kind of seem like it. Outings like this aside, I often spend my days off at home. When I was in elementary school, our family would go out often, but lately that's been limited to dining out on Saturdays. So when I'm asked what I do when I stay at home, I usually just say I do nothing. Doing homework and watching TV is stuff that seems pretty common to me. Actually, back in high school, that's what I would say. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm just doing nothing or whatever. But really, I would binge watch anime. Actually, I pretty much do the same thing. I'm like, oh, I just want to stay home and do whatever. And I'm like binge watching stuff or, you know, watching things. Pretty much internet. On the other end of the spectrum is Himeno, who goes out regularly. I often hear stories of when she went to karaoke on weeknights or about how she traveled out of town on Sundays. She's a member of an active sports club and often wants to hang out with them afterwards. Going out of town on the already limited days we have off tends to make me think, even though it's a day to rest, I don't feel rested at all. I honestly feel the same way. If I don't have at least one day where I'm like at home doing nothing, I don't feel like I actually had a break. In other words, something like this is the difference between Himeno and I. Without much common ground between us, why we became friends is... Suddenly the lights fade from my vision. It wasn't just that it had become dark, but that I had the sensation of being unable to breathe. But rather than sweating it, I get a little mad. Sorry. Hearing my wordless protest, Himeno pulls her hands away. I get playing the "Who am I?" game, while covering someone's eyes, but covering up someone's mouth too was just like Himeno. That's why she couldn't breathe. When I puff out my cheeks and object, Himeno just smiles at me. It's because you were staring into space, Mayu. Oh. Instead of apologizing, Himeno blew on the nape of my neck. Without thinking, I made a weird sound. Embarrassed, I looked around 2 or 3 times, but the pedestrians walking by seemed unperturbed and didn't even look our way. The culprit who had surprised me moves in front of me before I realize it. You're mean, Himeno. got to hear something good. No, you didn't. Moreover, As I say that, I check the time on my smartphone. It's 3 minutes to noon, our agreed upon meeting time. It's not time yet. How rare. That's rude. Jeez. I'll make you make a weird noise again. Saying that, Himeno opens and closes her fingers in small, swift, grasping motions. At times like this, I know I had better change the subject or get messed with by Himeno again. Oh, by the way, did you buy a new one? You mean my necktie? Yes, I did! I thought I should get one to match my shorts. You and I haven't hung out since around midterms. Mayu, if I buy something today, I'll really be out of money. What about the aquarium? You're still set on finding out about the urban legends then? Of course! That's my #1 goal. But as usual, I can't count the things I want to do on just one hand. Okay, I get it. As long as I eat cookies and cream. That is absolute. She really loves her cookies and cream. I haven't forgotten. Anyway, Mayu, aren't your sandals new? She noticed. Himeno says as she looked at my feet, talking about 3 times as fast as she does in class. Yeah, nice, aren't they? They're super cute. How cool, I want a pair too. Nope, then we'll get too similar. And these are the only pair of sandals I have for the summer. Yeah, I don't like people copying me. Talking like this put me at ease. Unlike myself, who is childish, Himeno knows a lot about fashion and trends. Even here in Mountain, it seems like she blends in. Most importantly, by being with Himeno and constantly chatting, I no longer feel lonely. And I'm gonna end this episode over here of this brand new series. So, Himeno is a real cheery person. And what's her name? Mayumi? Damn, I should pay attention to names. Is more of a at-home type of person. But this seems like a pretty fun visual novel so far. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye!